Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so stoked because I have a new vlogging camera and I am using it for this video today. So if you're like, wow, the quality is crazy, I can see every single crease and wrinkle on your face, you absolutely can, and those have been there this whole time. I'm using my dinky little iPhone, which I guess this camera is actually wonderful, so don't hate on vloggers who are using their iPhone camera because at the end of the day, this is $1,000 right here. That's expensive. Speaking of expensive products, today we are getting into a fun little video, de-influencing you from running gear, part 2. First time I did this video, I thought I was gonna get some backlash, but it was actually very well received with some interesting feedback. So I wanted to do it again. This time we're gonna elaborate on my list of products that you do not need to start your running journey. And I wanna be very, very clear in how I communicate this. You can have these items. And I'm not saying that you're ridiculous for buying something that you don't need and you can run without it. That's not what I'm saying, okay? If you are trying to start and you are feeling like you need to get X, Y, and Z thing before you can start, I'm here to tell you that's mostly not true. There are running products that you that you do need. However, there's a lot of stuff out there that is marketed to be very helpful for your running journey. The reality is you don't need it. So let's get started on some running gear that you absolutely don't need. Oh wait, credentials. I'm so sorry. Credentials. Let me just go get my credentials. This. I earned this. There we go. See? Yep. Guess how I got this? From running a 50K. Even though right now I'm kind of in a season where I'm transitioning away from training for a race and I'm going back to school. And I have 2 kids and like life is getting harder and harder and I'm doing it on hard mode for some reason. I still love talking about running and running gear. So let's get into it. Number 1 de-influencing item is the newest version of a shoe. So you'll probably notice this, the more that shoes come out, they'll make the exact same iteration of their shoe. They'll change a couple things. They'll give it the next highest number and then they'll charge you $50 more for it. And then last year's item is $50 less. Truth be told, there are times where a certain model and a certain number will just be the one that you love so much and you want to buy that, and then you want to try the next one and the next one, and they kind of change things. But you do not need to buy the most recent number. I, for example, am obsessed with the Brooks Ghost. I love the Brooks Ghost. I love these shoes. I actually really like this design of the Brooks Ghost 16. So yes, I did buy the Brooks Ghost 16. However, on my feet right now, are the Brooks Ghost 15s. These are just as wonderful as the 16s, to be completely honest with you. They're not that different. And guess how much cheaper they are? About $50 cheaper. You do not need the most recent edition of a shoe. If it's on number 23, 24, 25, you can buy a couple iterations ago, save a bunch of money, and still have a really, really great running shoe. Number 2, and this one, I'm kind of speaking on experience based on my experience with the product, but arm sleeves for compression. I saw these and I thought I looked so cool. I wore them for the LA Marathon. I'll put a picture of that maybe like right here. Honestly, the fit, if the fit was giving, like I really, really thought I looked cool. I have no clue what these arm sleeves were meant to do. I'm like, maybe it's sweat wicking, maybe it's like pulling moisture away from the skin, so it's not getting like all salty on my arms, but I don't really have that issue to begin with. So I bought these. I think they were like maybe $20 or $30, and I have used them once for that one marathon, and yes, I looked cool. I don't know what they did though. I understand it, I don't know what it's for, and as I own a pair, I am not sure what they're for or what you would use them for. If you know, and it's some secret that I have just no context clues into why anyone wears these things, please put it in the comments. Please help your fellow runner. Why do people wear arm compression sleeves? What's the point? Next, number 3. I'm gonna lose track of my numbers, but I have my list. Recovery sandals. And I say this as I have a pair of recovery sandals. I actually have 2 pairs of recovery sandals. I think the whole concept behind them is that they help your feet recover faster. So like wear them after your long run. They give a little more cushion to like your bones and ligaments and joints and help you recover faster. So the pair that I have is a pair of Rabbit slides. And if you're unfamiliar with Rabbit, it's a California-based company, women founded. It's a really cool company and their products are awesome. Their sizing is a little bit small. I will say sizing is a little small. Their slides are really comfortable and I love them. Recovery sandals are marketed as some sort of game changer for recovery. At the end of the day, that's not gonna help that much. You need to get off your feet. You know what's better for recovery? Not walking. So do that instead. Skip the sandals, get on your couch. Let me tell you, you know what's a better recovery tool than recovery sandals? Is a chair. Sit down, rest your feet, okay? Up next, you know, again, this might be something that you absolutely are obsessed with yours, therefore don't listen to me, but insoles. And I feel like if they are truly prescribed by a podiatrist because of your foot situation, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the insoles that are sold at running stores. No, I don't know what I feel like that's an upsell opportunity that they're using. Like the shoe is designed, if it's a running shoe, it is designed very well and very thoughtfully towards an average foot. So unless you have some weird arch stuff going on, or you got something that has been literally given to you by a doctor, a podiatrist, you don't need that, okay? You don't need it. I do think the running shoe stores are really good at selling them. Does that mean that we need them? No. Tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. Everything in this video, by the way, everything in my whole life, I just want to let you know that I can take it all back because I learned something different, okay? Yeah, insoles I don't understand and I don't think you need them. So if you are considering insoles, try it without it. See what happens. Go a month and just see. Maybe you'll be fine. So yeah, I'm getting kind of heated about insoles. Didn't expect that to be happening today. Let's move on to the next product. This one is specifically for shorter distance runners, people who are going out for an hour, like maybe you're casually running. I don't think this applies to distance running, but running specific, technical, fancy socks. They are very helpful for preventing blisters and chafing on your feet. I don't think that they're necessary to be a successful runner and to be good at distance running. I think that they are really helpful. Like if you're gonna buy anything, and this is why I need to make a whole new video of influencing you on running gear as opposed to de-influencing. But if you think that you absolutely need running specific socks that cost $20 or $30, you don't. Your generic pair of cotton socks, while that's not really the ideal sock, it is absolutely fine. And you're fine using those. And yeah, do I have 10 pairs of Lululemon running socks? Yes. Have they lasted me 8+ years? Yeah. So I think I'm doing the opposite of de-influencing you. You should buy nice socks. They last a very long time. And I will just say, I haven't bought a new pair of Lululemon running socks in a long time. If they were to like gift them to me, I would be stoked. I bought a pack off of Amazon. It's a 12 pack of socks. And I started wearing those on my runs and they did totally fine because my feet are used to my shoes. My feet are used to running and that constant like friction and kind of pounding pavement. So the socks were fine. They got holes in them really fast. So I will say that they got holes in them fast, but anyways, I digress. Okay, this one is a recovery tool. The foam roller or like muscle massager thingy that has a vibrating like center thing, so it vibrates as you're foam rolling. It's like the sphere and it's got rubber on it and it vibrates. That does nothing. So I think the vibration is helpful, and I talked to my doctor friend about this who is super into all this stuff. So the vibration is helpful for the pain that you might be experiencing, the soreness you might be experiencing as you're foam rolling, and as you're rolling out that muscle. The vibration is meant to kind of like reduce the pain that you're feeling, but it doesn't actually do anything to help the muscle recover quicker. if that makes sense. So like, it's a little bit of a placebo effect. Like it makes you feel like you're doing better, but you're actually just not feeling as much pain as you would be. So yeah, I don't know if that explanation makes sense, but like the vibrating foam rolling tools, that little like vibrating ball, those things are very expensive and 100% not necessary for recovery. You know, what's more important is, again, a chair and rest and sleep are your number one tools for recovery. Don't buy a $150 vibrating ball, maybe for other activities that you want to do. That's none of my business, but not for running recovery, okay? This next one might ruffle some feathers. However, if you have been watching my channel, you know that I am behind this 100%. You don't need a running coach. And I say that as a running coach, okay? You do not need a running coach to be a successful runner. I would highly recommend getting Hal Higdon plans or PFIT's plans. Those plans are really, really solid. You can get super, super advanced in your training through those plans. There's also Jack Daniel's running formula. He has some plans in there. You can also use ChatGPT. That is what I've been using for strength training in the gym, and it's been amazing. There's also, I think, Runna. I don't really have any experience with that app, but it's like an AI predictive tool to help you figure out what your training plan should be for a certain race based on like how many days of the week you run and all that. So there's other tools that are not as expensive as a one-on-one coach. Not need that to be good at running, and don't let anyone tell you that you do. However, I will say I personally have benefited so much from having a running coach, and I feel like the level of personalization that they bring to your plan to fit around your life and what's happening week to week to week is worth it to me. And I am now a running coach, so I obviously very much believe in the service and in offering that to people. However, it's not necessary. Like, you don't need to have a running coach to be able to hit a certain time in the marathon. You just need to have the right training. And if it takes a running coach to figure out what that training looks like for you, then great. However, there's a lot of plans out there for very advanced marathoning, half marathoning, where you can get really fast without needing a coach at all. But if you do need a coach, I am one, so don't even listen to what I just said. Hire a coach, hire me, okay? And I think last but not least, de-influencing you from running gear, final item that we're gonna talk about in this video is really expensive carbohydrate sources that are meant to help boost your endurance in some way, shape, or form. I'm talking like Spring Energy. If you've heard of them, look into their controversy over the past year. I don't even know if they're actually a company anymore. They might not be. Martin gels, I think, are like $5 a gel. These really, really expensive carb sources, while the formula might be marketed to be like the perfect combination for endurance athletes or for running or whatever, not necessary. Carbohydrates, having a carb source during a distance run so that your muscles replenish your glycogen stores and can keep moving. Yes, very, very important. Very important. Jelly beans. Jelly beans are very cheap. Jelly beans are about 1 carb per bean. 20 jelly beans, you got 20, that's a goo right there. And I think those are probably 20 jelly beans, put it in a little scale at Winco, that's probably 30 cents right there. So you don't need these super, super expensive products to be able to fuel during your run. You could bring a pierogi. I brought pierogies on one of my trail runs. It was actually a wonderful experience, like a little salt, little potato, something. Loved it. So yeah, you do not need these super fancy, super expensive supplement. Companies will market as well as they can to sell you on needing their supplement. Let me tell you, you do not need it. If it works really well for you, hear me out. If it works really well for you and that helps you feel cool, calm, and collected on race day because you know that it works for you, I'm all for that. Like, I support it 100%. But if you are saying, I can't sign up for a race because I can't afford all the stuff that you need to go to that race, you can buy a pack of Skittles at the gas station. And if you can't afford a pack of Skittles, I will send Skittles to you. Comment below and I'll ship them your way. Yeah, that is today's video, de-influencing you from running gear. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope you like the new camera and the new setup. You're about to see more of this. The lighting today is good. It's sunny out. think I found my little spot. I'll get my little YouTube icon back here eventually. Maybe I'll get a plaque soon, you know, once I've hit 1,500 subscribers, who knows. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I have a vlog of me going back to school coming out this week, so I'm really excited about that. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.